Hey Canucks fans, I want to spend a few minutes talking about the glut. Yes, I love that word glut. The glut of wingers that are on this team as it stands right now. Before that, an invitation tonight, 10 p.m., not 11 p.m., but 10 p.m. Pacific time. Join me for my live stream right here on this YouTube channel. We will talk about the Canucks. We'll also say a happy birthday to Jaskrin. Jaskrin, if you're watching this right now, happy birthday and thank you for your support on this channel. Before I talk about the wingers, I want to talk quickly about Travis Dermott. He is being signed by the Arizona Coyotes. Sign him to a one-year contract, two-way deal, so he gets paid two different ways. $800,000 if he's in the NHL with the Coyotes, $450,000 if he's with their minor league team. So unfortunately, it was a very disappointing run for Travis Dermott as a Vancouver Canuck. Got traded to Vancouver in March of 2022. Third round pick going the other way. So it seemed like a decent, a very low, kind of a small asset to give up. And Dermott played 17 games at the end of that season. Had a goal and an assist, so 2 points in 17 games. And he was poised to have a really good season last season. And I remember you guys, I've talked about this many times on this channel. At the Jake Milford Golf Tournament back in September 2022, he was the one player that I spent the most time talking with. We talked for almost half an hour after the tournament in the parking lot, and he had high hopes of maybe getting a chance to play with Quinn Hughes on the top pairing or whatever it may be. But he unfortunately suffered a concussion in training camp, and it limited him to only 11 games last season, and he had one assist in those 11 games. So over 1.5 seasons with the team, he only played in 28 games, and he only had 3 points. You bring in Ian Cole, you bring in Carson Soucy, you sign Matt Irwin, you're looking at guys like Hirose, Breezebaugh, Rathbone even, Christian Wolanin, and it looked like there simply wasn't enough room on this team for the Canucks. And it's really too bad because I truly believe that if he didn't suffer that concussion, didn't have those health issues, he would have hopefully had a good year last year and maybe in line for another 1 or 2 year contract with Vancouver. Instead, he goes to the Arizona Coyotes, joining ex-Canucks like Troy Stecher. So we wish Travis Dermott luck there. And also, the Canucks have been losing some of their RFAs and UFAs. No one of significance, as much as I like Travis Dermott, as much as I didn't mind Colin Delia, Kyle Burrows. These are all depth pieces that the Canucks have obviously decided to move on from. Speaking of moving on, the Canucks are going to have to move on from a forward or two, because right now I count 16 forwards that are basically on one-way contracts, I believe. In essence, 16 pros, 16 forwards. And when you start the season, when you name your roster, you name a 23-man roster. And it's 2 goalies and then 21 skaters, whether that's 13 forwards and 8 defensemen or 14 forwards and 7 defensemen. So even if you go 14 forwards, you are still over by 2. And of course, you got to fit under the salary cap as well with that 23-man roster. So I count 16 forwards, and the best way to look at it is let's ignore the centers. So let's presume that Pettersson, Miller, Bluger, and Alman start the season down the middle for the Vancouver Canucks. I know they might even want to do upgrades over Teddy Bluger, but for now, he's our third-line center. So Pettersson, Miller, Bluger, Alman down the middle. So let's knock off those 4. So we still have 12 wingers for 8 spots. And I'm taking creative liberty with Sheldon Dries, naming him as a winger. So 12 wingers for 8 spots. You have Mikheyev and Kuzmenko, the 2 Russians, who I think actually will start with Pettersson on the top line. So you have Kuzmenko and Mikheyev. Then you have the 3 guys that have been rumored for trades: Besser, Garland, Beauvillier. So that's 5. You have Tanner Pearson hoping to come back. That's 6. You have what I call the 2 young guys in Höglander and Podkolzin, which makes 8. And then you have Joshua, Di Giuseppe, Studnicka, and Sheldon Dries. So that's 12 wingers for 8 spots on the wings. Obviously, 4 lines times 2 winger spots. So that means 4 of those guys won't be in the starting lineup, and 2 of them likely, if not 3, won't be on the roster to start the season. By the way, congratulations to Vasily Podkolzin and his wife Sasha, who gave birth to their first child on Tuesday. So wanted to get that in there as well. But I don't think Mini Podkolzin is going to be making this team for about 20 years or so. Let's talk about the dad Podkolzin. So when I name those 12 guys, which 8 do you think will start start for the Vancouver Canucks on opening night against the Oilers, and maybe pick one or two others to be on the roster as healthy scratches. And this presuming no injuries, this during training camp, this presuming that all these guys are here. But again, the Canucks are over the cap right now, so they're gonna have to make a move, whether that's Myers out or trading one or two of these wingers. I think that Mikheyev and Kuzmenko should start with Petey. So there's my top line, and I think you have to have Besser with Miller, and then let's say, for instance, you put Beauvillier on that line. So there's 4 spots gone: Mikheyev, Kuzmenko, Miller, and Beauvillier. I don't see Garland as a 4th line winger, so you put Garland on one side of that third, and let's say it's Niels Höglander, for example, on the other side. And then could you have a 4th line of Amon between someone like Joshua and Pearson, or Joshua and Podkolzin? So let's just say for conversation's sake that it's Podkolzin. So then I have Pearson as one of my healthy scratches, and then between DiGiuseppe, Studnicka, and Dries, I'm keeping Phil DiGiuseppe, because we know that Rick Tocchet really likes DiGiuseppe. In fact, DiGiuseppe can play as high as the 2nd line for Rick Tocchet. You never know. So that means to me, Studnicka and Sheldon Dries are the odd men out. Do you try and get them through to Abbotsford, put them on waivers, and if someone picks them up, no big deal, because you have other depth pieces that are going to start to fight for spots in this lineup very soon. Guys like the McDonoughs and the Carlsons and the Sassons and the Atu Ratus of the world. Not that there's more than one Atu Ratu. Well, at least not more than one on the Canucks. You know what I mean? So that's what I would do. I'd have Kuzmenko with Mikheyev playing with Petey. I'd have Besser and Beauvillier to start off with Miller. Then I'd go Höglander, Garland with Bluger, and then a 4th line of like I said, Podkolzin and Joshua with Amon. Then for me, that leaves Pearson and DiGiuseppe as your extras, and then that means Studnicka and Dries do not make this team. So that's the way I would lay it out. And again, it's only July 13th or July 12th, whatever today is. Let's go with July 12th. So a lot can change in the 2 months to training camp. A lot can change in the 3 months before the season starts. So my point here was to simply illustrate that the Canucks are going to have to make some moves, especially up front, because they have 16 forwards. They got to get down to 13 or 14. And whether that's part of a Tyler Myers move or whatever, who knows? But if they are able to move Tyler Myers and a $6 million salary hit, then at least you could spend $3 million on another center, for instance, or another defenseman, and then leave a few $1 million to play with as well. So Canucks fans, let me know your thoughts. What 8 wingers would you line up for the Canucks starting lineup, or the opening night roster, I should say? Who would be your healthy scratches? Who do you let go? And tell me, and who you play them with as well. I kind of laid out mine, and it's something that we can explore a little bit more tonight. So I hope you join me tonight for my live stream. Once again, 10 p.m. Pacific, right here at my YouTube channel. We'll have a chance to hang out for the last time this week. Shout out to my sponsors: Van City Experts Real Estate, Perform, Transform, Personal Training and Weight Loss. Thank you, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Carol Bovenlander, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame franchise members as well. Thanks for your support. Thanks to all of you for subscribing and for watching. Always appreciate you. Never take you for granted. On your way out, subscribe, like the video, leave a tip, become a member, upgrade your membership, and leave a comment down below your thoughts on how the Canucks should line up with their wingers. Well, I guess all 4 lines would make more sense. How would you line them up to start off the season? Okay, friends, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Have a great rest of the day, and see you tonight at 10 p.m. God bless, and go Canucks go.